Hi everyone, this is like my first ever video. Um, Never really thought of doing anything like this before, mostly because I'm pretty self-conscious. Uh, Very critical of myself mostly, but thought I'd get out of my shell this year and try something new. So my name's Karen. Pretty much at work right now. I work at a dispensary in Toronto. Today I am going to do a tutorial on how to make pot brownies, and yeah, so I'm gonna go pretty much put on my face and clear up the kitchen a little, and when I'm ready I will start recording and let you know how to make the best, and I mean the best brownies, definitely, in all of Toronto. So stay tuned and I'll be back. Okay, so I've got my face on and I said I was gonna clean up the kitchen, and I did that too. However, stupid me, I've gotta go buy the ingredients. So, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I really don't want to have to talk a lot during the video. I know I get really annoyed when people do, when I'm trying to watch a tutorial, I mean. So, got myself brownie mix. Make sure you're reading the ingredients. You have your oil, your eggs, all your mixing equipment, your measuring cup, your spatula. Spatula is a must. I always love it because you can get every last drop of everything out of the pans with it. So when you are doing this, you kind of want to follow the instructions, but kind of not. I will explain why as I go along, and I will do as much not talking as possible. But anyways, I also have my weed ready to grind. I use a coffee grinder slash weed grinder kind of thing, just because it really crushes it up well. You can always use a hand grinder, but like I said, it crushes it up really well, and you do not want chunks really in your brownies, and that this way it can also evenly distribute throughout the brownie. So also with a mixer, you can use a hand mixer. However, again, you're not evenly distributing without one, and you might get some brownies that are more potent than others, and that's not our goal. So here we go. I'm gonna go over to mix. Alright, I'm at the stove. I've got my mixer, the top with the weed in it. Just give it a go. Okay. So, one part I did forget when I was explaining, I did pre-weigh the weed before off the video, actually, when I wasn't recording. I am putting 10 grams of weed into the brownies. The reason I'm doing this is mostly because this weed isn't as potent as many weeds. You can really go as high as 14 grams if you really want, but I'm telling you that your brownies will be way too potent, and you're just going to give yourself one hell of a time, really, and not really have a very fun high. So, 10 grams of weed with really low-end weed. Personally, if you've got really good weed, I'd go as low as even 5 grams or even 7 grams per box. So, I'm gonna just scrape this all out. I'm gonna add it into the pot with the oil. I'll show you all that as well. I'll bring it back over so you can see. But yeah. Okay, so I have kind of scraped all of our weed out with my really trusty spatula. You can see it at the bottom there. just kind of sitting there waiting for its oil. I haven't turned the burner on yet, but I have pre-measured out my 1/3 of a cup of oil, which the box is asking for. So you're just going to pour that right in. Scrape, 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 scrape the rest of that oil out. Perfect. So you're just going to want to give it a good mix before we turn the burner on. And it really depends on which burner you have. Well, not even which burner, because there are the gas stoves, the electric stoves, there's all types, and each one has its own little way of working and its own power, and you're really going to have to watch if this is the first time you are doing this. So, just going to grab the phone here and show you that I am in fact just turning this over to number 2. If that's, I know I'm pretty bad at this. Burner's on, I'm at 2, and we don't want to go any higher than that, to be quite very honest. Alright, so now that I've done that part, I'm just going to take away anything that shouldn't be there. And we're just going to wait for this to boil up as I just wipe away excess stuff. And you're going to see how this actually does its thing. We're going to just wait. I will fast forward this as well once I'm actually doing the editing and whatnot. But what you want to do when you're doing this is make sure you keep it moving by turn it every few minutes, mix it, and never let the oil boil. Never. You're gonna want to see bubbles in it, yes, which will happen at number 2 on this stove, but nothing more than that. You will see how it starts to brown. It will actually start to smell like burning weed, and there's no way of really describing it. The burning weed. You're gonna want to leave this on for about 45 minutes tops. Anywhere between 30 and 45 minutes is perfect, and you will see the results as it goes along. And I'm gonna see if I can put the camera in a different way. And like I said, bear with me. This is my first tutorial, so to speak. Well, not so to speak. More definite, really. So, we're just going to let this start heating up. I'm going to go and get myself all blah, blah, blah. Going to put a timer for 30 minutes. Perfect.
I can't forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue, me piercing through. I can't forget the day we met. Your smile so bright, it made me swoon. Our love is like a summer's day, hot and endless in a magic way. Whenever I see you, all I can think is my summer love. Been waiting for you, my love. My summer love. Been waiting for you, my love. I can't forget the day we met. You looked so fly in your red Corvette. Your hair, your look, your everything. When I see it all, I knew that you were mine. I'm in love with your hair, your lips, your silhouette in the moonlight shine. With my love you won't ever be alone. My summer love, been waiting for you, my love. Completely a fool, been waiting for you, my love. Head over heels, I'm blinded by what I feel. My love is forever yours. You have my heart, you have my soul, you have my whole, you have my control. Love me tender, love me sweet, with you I know that I'm complete. I'm in love with the summer's day, for you I'd give my life away. Never leave me, never let me go, my summer love, be waiting for you, my love. My summer love, be waiting for you, my love. My love is forever yours, forever yours. My love is forever.
Sorry, I just wanted to turn it around. As you can see how it's bubbling, but not really boiling. You just want to keep giving it a good stir. The lighting in here is not the best, I'm not gonna lie, but it is starting to get darker.
I can't forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue, me piercing through. I can't forget the day we met. Your smile so bright, it made me swoon. Our love is like a summer's day, hot and endless in a magic way. Whenever I see you, all I can think is my summer love. Been waiting for you, my love. My summer love, been waiting for you, my love. I can't forget the day we met. You looked so fly in your red Corvette. Your hair, your look, your everything. When I see it all, I knew that you were mine. I'm in love with your hair, your lips, your silhouette in the moonlight shine. With my love you won't ever be alone. My summer love, been waiting for you, my love. Completely a fool, been waiting for you, my love. Head over heels, I'm blinded by what I feel. My love is forever yours. You have my heart, you have my soul, you have my whole, you have my control. Love me tender, love me sweet, with you I know that I'm complete. I'm in love with the summer's day, for you I'd give my life away. Never leave me, never let me go, my summer love, be waiting for you, my love. My summer love, be waiting for you, my love. My love is forever yours, forever yours, my love.
Okay, so we're about 15 minutes into cooking. As you can see, it's very dark. It just really has this potent cookie marijuana smell. And if you do live in an apartment building, be careful, because it can get quite strong, the smell. So we just keep turning it, keep going, keep cooking the THC out of the marijuana and into the oil. Pretty much we're done. The oil smells beautiful. I turned off the burner, and now we're gonna have to set it away from the burner, obviously, to cool. We can't put it into the brownie mix just yet, as pretty much, you know, it'll just cook it because of how hot it is right now. But set it aside, let it cool, and we'll come back to this. Okay, so we're here now to do the mixing. I'm preheating the oven while this is all happening so that it can actually be ready for us. So I am going to start mixing all our ingredients together. First is our 1/4 of a cup of water. and the 1 egg that the box is calling for. Okay, so we're gonna mix that all up before we put in our oil. Okay, and the reason I'm putting the oil after I mix it, this way we are certain it actually has evenly distributed. Our oil has now cooled. You just want to make sure you give it a good mix because all that stuff will go to the bottom. And we just want to make sure that everything is properly done. So we're going to start pouring that out into our brownie mix now. And this is again why I love this spatula. You can just really clean out your pots this way. Perfect. And now we'll mix that in as well. But very, very gently so that we don't make a mess. Alright, and we are done. So I kind of like to pour this back into the metal bowl just because when I distribute it into my individual cups, it's a lot easier. So here you have it. Alright, so I'm using individual cups just because it cooks a lot better as opposed to one big tray. And also they're heart-shaped and it's almost Valentine's Day, so I kind of like to keep it festive. So I'm just going to pour them in. I've pre-greased all of these just so that the brownie does come out quite nicely and easily. And I'm just going to do that and fast forward for you guys. So this is also why I like to use the spatula and the pot that I made the oil in, just because you can get almost every last drop out of it. I apparently didn't have enough for 12 this time. I'm not 100% sure why. Probably put a little bit too much, but it doesn't look like it. It looks pretty evenly distributed for everything. I'm gonna put these in the oven and I'll come back when they're pretty much done. Okay, so it's been about 15 or so minutes. The brownies are done. Pulling them out of the oven. And as you can see, they are perfect. So the box does call for 30 or so minutes to actually cook the batch. However, that is also accounted for a larger tray when you bake it all at once. However, it doesn't take that long when you individually do it, which is also why I like doing them in individual cups, not only for the look of it. But yeah, I'm gonna let these cool. Then once they're cooled off, putting them in these pretty little sacks and then selling. Just a warning, if you are going to eat the batter, that it is just as potent as a cooked brownie, and this is very hot. And yeah, so yeah, thanks for watching.